But no, in all reality, you really do have to understand what you're getting into. That you can't emphasize enough how important it is to understand what you're getting into. Because I guarantee you, if you're going to sit in an interview board, and even if you have a stellar application, you have a 4.0, you're a president of your clubs, you did a pre-PA thing, you were a paramedic for 15 years, and you got awards, and you're amazing. If you can't tell an interview board why you want to be a PA, or that you actually understand what they do, they're going to know.
Because they'll ask.
They're going to know.
In the interview process.
These are smart people, right? These are people who work in medicine, right? I mean, they talk to people every day.
Yeah.
And their practice of understanding what you're not saying is very well developed.
That's a good point.
So you're not going to be able to, lie through your teeth to, some review board, some, interview board, and think that they're going to believe you.
Yeah.
These are smart people.
Yeah.
They want to see who you really are and what you really want to do. And if it's really your calling, because they want the best of the best, right? They love their programs. A lot of them are alumni that teach for their universities and their programs, and they take a lot of pride in keeping that program elevated if it's an elevated program, or making it better.
Everything you hear today from myself and my guests is opinion only and doesn't represent any organizations or companies that any of us are affiliated with. The stories you hear have been modified to protect patient privacy, and any resemblance to real individuals is coincidental. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only and should not be taken as medical advice nor used to diagnose any medical or healthcare conditions. And they all have a little bit different mission statements too. When people ask me that question, like if they get an interview or in writing their school specific essay, I'm like, you better read their mission statement and see what this program is all about, what their emphasis is. And I convinced myself that I wanted to be a primary care PA. I was totally convinced because I had to be in order, because that's the mindset you have to go into. My program was very
that's what they were designed for.
Yeah. I mean, it's primary. They want primary care PAs. And if that's your end goal or not, you better convince yourself that's what you want to do. And because it's an option too, and that might be what you need to do. But you've got to convince yourself, especially if the program is emphasizing that that's what they want, that's who you need to be.
In a lot of respects, the PA was born out of the need to fill the gap in primary care in places that didn't have it.
Yeah.
Right. So, and then a lot of the testing is built around understanding how to be a good primary care provider, right? What is the foundation of understanding primary care medicine, right? What are the age groups and demographics of patients who need certain types of tests, right? What's maintenance level type of, hypertension, high blood pressure kind of assessments, right? What are we going to do for a 50-year-old male who has, a family history of colon cancer, right? Like, what are we going to do for a mother who all of the women in her family have had endometrial or breast cancer, right? Like, what are you going to do? That's what a lot of that stuff is, right? It's understanding how to be a primary care provider. That's what I felt like most of my education was tailored to. And I think that's what the PANCE is mostly trying to evaluate for. Right. Are you ready to be a primary care clinician?
Right.
That's the purpose of the PA school. Now, how many people work as a mid-level in a subspecialty? Thousands, right? Thousands, but they all started in the same place.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to be able to start there. And if you want to grow and expand from there, you can, but you have to understand that you need to start there.
Yeah.
You have to have a passion for that type of medicine first.